TGC Rec when we're back with Genesis Elves. Looks like we're going to be on the play. This is a fine hand. Opponent's mulliganing. So we're going to run the Heritage Druid out here because we're kind of okay with it dying. Want to protect the Devoted Druid. The Devoted Druid will allow us to Coco turn 3. Ooh, Tron. This could be another example of a deck where we want to be able to do things. So there's not a lot of fetches or shocks in this deck. So it's not going to be too common to lose that much life this fast with this deck. Opponent looks like there may be a natural Tron. Alright, so I think we just start with Collected Company here. Actually, hold on. If we go Nettle Sentinel, tap for 3. Yeah, I like this better. We're going to be able to generate a couple points of mana off this Nettle Sentinel. Archdruid Missouri is perfect. And then we can untap the Devoted Druid. And now we can still generate 3 mana to allow Azuri to regenerate our Elvish Archdruids next turn. And that's fine because our opponent lost. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're just going to go to combat first. And swing with a bunch. They were at 19 and we took them to -40. Huzzah! Oh, alright, so go to sideboard. I'm gonna say this is regular Tron based on the Oblivion Stone. So this is one of the decks where we would want to bring in the full Genesis Wave Vizier package because we're trying to combo out as quickly as possible against this deck before they get their Oblivion Stone or their Ugin more likely. Reclamation Sage is good. It's possible we want Path. We'll think about that. Stony Silence. Alright, so I think we're good cutting one of the Shaman in this matchup. We don't need the Dwynen's Elite here. We definitely don't need more than one Reclamation Sage. Still have 33 creatures. I think once we start cutting other creatures, we may want to drop one of the Heritage Druids and then probably a Nettle Sentinel. The draw, we may consider dropping a fetch. On the play, we may want to cut actually one of the Collected Companies and bring the land back in. It's possible we have too many spells here at 10, but the creature count's really what you care about. So we can get a green-white, so we actually can get infinite mana, and we have an Azuri, so we are with a solid game plan here. So it's going to be turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Devoted Druid, and if we untap and cast Vizier on turn 3, we'll win because we'll be able to cast Azuri and pump our Devoted Druid and Llanowar Elves infinitely. I don't know what version of Tron this is yet. Fortunately, we did not draw a second land. Yeah, our opponent just might not know what's about to hit them. Really just hoping they don't have a removal spell. Oh gosh, yeah, that's game. And this is why we are playing this jankedness. So unfortunately, we'll have to do this for a little while. So in case you didn't know, there's also infinite mana generation loop with Devoted Druid and whatchamacallem, Devoted Druid and Devoted Druid and Azuri. So if you have two Devoted Druids, you can create enough mana to pump them with the Azuri that they don't die when you they essentially generate a mana each cycle without dying. And so what happens is you end up creating enough mana that you eventually create like 1,000 mana because you repeat the loop 1,000 times, and then after that you do the Azuri pump, you know, like 300 times or something like that. My math is probably wrong on how many times you could do it there, but I'm not too worried about that. So we are at 8. So we can cycle 4 times here. So at 4 loops plus 3, that's 12, 12, 24. Our opponent has 8, so we need to generate a little more mana. Opponent cannot redirect this. This is really boring, and this is why Devoted Druid is the card that seems most likely to get banned out of this. Our opponent just said they just figured it out, and they're conceding now. So, no worries. Alright, so there's a turn 3. This makes me feel like there's a lot of credence to potentially just trying to jam 4 Azuris. I do like the Genesis Wave. Hopefully we'll get the chance to show why we like the Genesis Wave as an alternate win condition in this, and we'll be back with another match soon.